Hello! This is the One Episode Rule podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie, setting my affairs in order for the long trip I will be taking later this week.
Oh my. Where are you going?
When Elden Ring comes out and I don't see any of you again for a month.
You
We're
disappear into the woods.
We're going to miss you. I'll miss you.
I have to go away and become the Elden Lord.
You can do it. You're strong, and I believe in you.
So who are you guys?
I'm the PS5 speaking to you inside your mind. No, I'm Blackle. I had a weird week, as usual. I became a TikToker without even installing the app, so that was good.
Excellent.
It was a good TikTok. Hi, I am Joey. I've also had a weird week. Got approached by someone at a gas station asking me to Cash App them $5, and I said no, and I just lied and said I didn't have Cash App. It was weird.
Random encounter.
That doesn't have anything to do with anime. I'm sorry. I just my brain can't. My brain can't do anime right now.
You rolled a 3 on the random encounter table.
Yeah.
And you got Cash App Scamster.
Yeah. I keep trying to roll for anime, but it's just not happening.
Mm-hmm.
I had my own weird week where I managed to get involved in a fucking Twitter tornado, but that's not worth. That doesn't bear mentioning on my anime podcast.
Yeah.
He's
so
pretty much famous now.
Yeah, I'm totally famous now. You guys want some news?
Yeah, let's have some news.
Because I got some pretty good news today, which is, let's see, we've got some English language manga releases of rarities. Looks like Yokohama Kadashi Kiko is going to be released. That's the one with the green-haired android and the chill post-apocalypse.
Oh, I love that manga.
Just hanging out and making tea.
It's very good.
And riding your scooter and taking pictures. We also are going to get a English language version of Hayao Miyazaki's manga Shuna's Journey, which looks to be the ancestor of both like Nausicaa and Princess Mononoke.
Oh, rad!
Because it's got a girl in the wastelands riding an elk.
Nice.
I love it.
So that's pretty interesting. Might be a good read. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, Therme Rome is going to be released again, but better this time with actual animation.
Is it going to be like a longer series, or they still going to be miniature episodes?
I don't know, but they're making an actual like animated television program out of it this time instead of it's just sort of like Adobe flashing characters across the screen.
And there was a robot there. That was a weird one.
So that's interesting. That's going to come out on Netflix on March 28th, looks like, with two new episodes by the manga author.
Cool.
Let's see, and the Capcom countdown from last week has resolved itself, and it's Street Fighter 6. It's Street Fighter 6. It's got the worst logo and the widest Ryu to date. This motherfucker is so square he could be a 90s FPS protagonist. Have you seen him?
This wide boy.
Look at that. Look at him.
Oh my. That is a wide
so
boy.
wide.
It's made him so broad.
They look like it was supposed to be like standard definition, but they stretched it to fit widescreen.
Yeah. Like you just grabbed the little dot on the side and you accidentally slide it over a couple of pixels. You're like, whoops, but you forget to fix it.
Yeah, they're accidentally displaying him in 16:9. He's supposed to be in 3:4. So that's the news.
All right.
I think JoJo found something for us just a minute ago. So let's see what it is.
I do have something for us. And I will just give like a brief reasoning beforehand of why I picked this. Lately at work I've just been watching a lot of fashion bloggers on YouTube. And one in particular likes to talk about anime a lot. So I was watching one of her videos recently, and there came a section where she was like, what anime would you suggest to newcomers? You know, like newcomers to anime, I guess. And, some of the actually, I think pretty much all of the suggestions were ones that I had heard of. But one of them stood out to me as one that I have heard of before, but seems unhinged, but also one that I kind of want to see. So we're going to be watching Bungo Stray Dogs.
Oh Lord.
Fashion blogger recommends.
You can't recommend that as an entry point. That's like off-brand JoJo.
Listen.
Oh, shit. Well,
listen.
It was gonna happen eventually. We gotta look at this. It had to. We gotta look at this jank shit. Man, I love JoJo knockoffs because the only other one I know of is Diesel, which is fucking 90s comic book that's extremely stupid. I know what
you're talking about. Let's get into this nonsense.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, so this is actually what it feels like to discover that you're a furry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Got it.
You never know you're a furry until you forget to change one of your hands back. Anyway.
I was gonna say that this anime feels like it was designed to generate trans masks.
You know what?
I love that for it.
Maybe.
So yeah, let's get to the rundown here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, well we got a blurb. Does anybody want this blurb?
You know what?
I'll read it.
Sure. once the blurb is placed in front of my eyes. For weeks, Atsushi Nakajima, or Nakajima's orphanage, has been plagued by a mystical tiger that only he seems to be unaware of. Suspected to be behind the strange incidents, the 18-year-old is abruptly kicked out of the orphanage and left hungry, homeless, and wandering throughout the city. While starving on a riverbank, Atsushi saves a rather eccentric man named Osamu Datsai from drowning. Whimsical suicide enthusiast and supernatural detective Datsai has been investigating the same tiger that has been terrorizing the boy. Together with Datsai's partner, Doppo Kunakita, they solve the mystery, but its resolution leaves Atsushi in a tight spot. As various odd events take place, Atsushi is coerced into joining their firm of supernatural investigators, taking on unusual cases the police cannot handle alongside his numerous enigmatic co-workers.
All right.
I did it.
You've done it. With only a momentary pause. You're getting better at it.
Yes. Yeah. Not bad. So do you want to do the rundown before or after we talk about you know what? No, do the rundown first.
Oh, cool, because I don't even know what you're going to start.
No, I got somewhere that I'm going with this.
Okay. All right. So we open on a young man with a bad haircut. Starving to death on the riverbank because he has been thrown out of his orphanage at 18. I didn't peg him as 18.
No.
He did seem like a child.
They seem more childish. And let me tell you guys, it's a real bad haircut. It looks like a butchery.
He got the fuck me up special from the hair cutter.
Just fuck me up. He is he's meditating on the fact that he is going to starve to fucking death if he does not rob someone. So he chooses to rob the next person he sees, which is a person on a motorcycle. So he fails. And then
It's like, maybe someone slower.
Maybe it'll be the next person, and it's an entire battalion of the Japanese self-defense force out on a jog.
It's like, okay, the third time's the charm.
And the third time is behind him a man who is floating down the river.
Upside down. No less.
Upside down.
Legs sticking out, wiggling.
And he says, well, I'll just let that one pass. That's too weird. Okay, fine. And he does go to save this man.
Uh-huh.
Who is the previously mentioned character, Osamu Dazai. Now, we should break into this.
That's what I was going to bring into. Like,
all of these freaks are named after authors. Most of the main group, the Armed Detective Agency, are named after Japanese authors that are obscure to most Westerners.
Yeah, I was going to say, these are like inaccessible Japanese literature references that we are not going to understand. I think all of the bad guys in this show are references that we would get. Maybe.
So here's the deal. I saw a Tumblr post recently that explained this very well. It's you can rate most anime on the weeb ass shit scale. And with the three vectors being weeb, ass, and shit, we don't need to interact with the last two, but this is extremely high on the weeb scale.
Yes.
The only book of Osamu Dazai's people in the West know is No Longer Human, and it's just because it's one of the only ones that ever got translated. Yeah, true to his character, the actual man also appeared to be a suicide enthusiast. This show is making a little bit light of the tragedy of that man's life. Anyway, moving on. After fishing this guy out, it's very clear that he did this on purpose, so he's not that thrilled about it. But he wanted to do it cleanly, so the fact that somebody jumped in and rescued him does make it his fault.
He's like, I didn't want to bother anyone, but I bothered you, so
I guess sorry. I bothered you, so I fucked up. While they're discussing how we can make it up to him, his partner appears on the other side of the river to scream at him.
Angry sounds.
And they determine that, hey, the best way to pay you back would be to get my partner to feed you lunch. A dish called tea on rice, which has like plums and hot water and rice.
Yeah, it kind of creeped me out a little bit thinking about it.
I don't know. It might be good, but I'm unfamiliar with most of these combinations. So yeah, they proceed to go have an anime lunch. You know, the kind where somebody eats 30 bowls of something
until his belly is bulging, big and round.
Encirclified.
And they shoot the shit about everyone's current circumstances, which is the two of them are supernatural detectives trying to track down a tiger loose in the area, which causes Atsushi. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yes,
but Atsushi to say, "Oh, I have to go now. Thank you for lunch.
Thanks for lunch. Goodbye." They just catch him by a little scruff of the neck.
Yeah, they just hold him in the air while he fucking treads like a cartoon character. But yeah, as it turns out, the reason that he was thrown out of his orphanage and left to starve was that they had been terrorized by a tiger, and they had thrown him out for one less mouth to feed. And he believed that it was stalking him personally, which gives the other two the great idea to use him for bait.
Yes.
After bribing him with a large monetary reward.
And he's like, "Ooh, money?
Ooh.
I need money."
I am completely destitute. A 20 would have done it. So yeah, they take him out to a warehouse to await the tiger, while Desai reads a book about suicide. He appears to be quite one-dimensional.
Yeah, why is there I don't know. This is an inaccessible reference.
Well, I already said, like,
Yeah, I know.
the actual
I
author
don't
tried
get
to
it.
do it like 5 times, so
I simply don't get it.
and eventually succeeded. So,
Oof.
um, after a while, they hear a ruckus, and the kid freaks out because he thinks it's a tiger, while Desai says, "Oh, it's probably just the wind, because your story doesn't add up." You see
Yeah,
that?
because throughout like the entire episode, we kept like 3 separate times they explain his backstory.
Yeah, and the orphanage people are so evil.
Yeah.
They literally like 3 times just tell him to die in a ditch. This
should
just
go die in
the
a ditch.
same line repeats.
You don't belong and you'll never belong. Just like
You should just
over
die
the
in a
top
ditch
evil.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And Desai does point out that, hey, your backstory doesn't make any sense, because if an orphanage was in really deep financial straits, they probably wouldn't throw out 1 or 2 kids. They would probably transfer half of them to a different orphanage or something like that. Bringing the matter to a head, which is, yeah, the reason he's always in the same place as the tiger is because he's the tiger,
He is the tiger.
like a goddamn werewolf.
He is a were-tiger. They even call him were-tiger at some point.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, he transforms into a tiger and attacks Desai. And I don't know. There's a short scene where he dodges all of his attacks and then briefly considers allowing himself to be eaten because he's a war enthusiast as well.
But he's
But
like, that
then
won't work because my
says,
magic power is I can Uno reverse card people.
I make yours not work anymore. I just turn it off. With no longer human, my stand.
It's kind of ironic how his stand no longer human makes the guy human again.
It does make him into a human.
Except for his hand.
Except for his hand.
Why?
I don't know.
He ran out of power halfway through.
Yeah, he ran out of time.
Maybe he didn't do it right. Whatever. But, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up the episode, because they decide, hey, this kid can turn into a tiger. That's pretty cool. Let's put him in the detective agency.
Yeah, that could be useful.
And he doesn't seem thrilled about it.
No, not
All right.
excited about that.
So that's the whole rundown. What do we think of this?
I mean, it didn't look bad.
This
It
is
looked okay.
This is JoJo core.
It didn't look bad,
That's what I thought.
but I didn't like the character design.
It does seem that it was animated by Bones.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
So I think that's why the animation was good.
But yeah, like they all seem like long.
These are boys designed for a very specific demographic, and I don't think either of you are that demographic, but I think that I might be that demographic.
I mean, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever wanted to wear a trench coat.
How would you rate your feelings, say, towards Clamp Productions, JoJo?
No. Okay, let me rephrase that. This is 16-year-old JoJo's demographic. There you go.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
The dub was interesting. I recognize all these voice actors, not by name, but I've heard them before. They're professionals. They're
exactly.
They're doing their thing. I will say that I do feel like the loud guy's design does not match his voice at all.
No,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't.
Because he's got that loud, he's got that broad, irritated voice, but it's coming out of the same kind of rail thin waif as
Yes.
everybody else.
He's got the little tiny little hair ponytail, and he's got the tiny little glasses. And then he just talks like a drill instructor.
He looks like that dude from Full Metal Alchemist, like the original series.
Yeah.
Which one?
His dad.
Fucking,
His dad.
Oh, what, Hohenheim? Yeah, but Hohenheim looks like a human, though. Because he's, like, broader.
Hohenheim was wide.
He's broad.
Yeah, like, that's the guy who deserves the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I don't know. Seemed all right. The intro and outro were very well. I don't think there was an intro this time, was there?
Intro was a song called Trash Candy.
Trash Candy. Oh,
I
well.
did write that down because I saw it in the credits, and I was like, "That's funny."
I wonder if they played that on y'all's and not on the Crunchyroll version, or if I'm just an idiot. Maybe I just missed it.
I don't know. Maybe
There
you
were
just
like
missed it.
2 endings.
It was literally there were 2 outros, but there was also an intro.
I
And
caught
it was
they
had
outro.
like the whole group of them like walking towards the screen. I don't know.
I caught the outro musics, and those were very butt rock. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does feel like this anime should have come out like, I don't know, maybe like 5 years earlier than it did, because it did come out in 2016.
Oh
Yeah,
my
this was
god, really?
This
Yes.
is a 2016.
This feels like it came out in 2007.
Yes. This does feel like it should have been my entry point to anime, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
So maybe this fashion blogger was right.
obviously the influence is there.
Mm-hmm.
They're just these designs are just a little more toned down than what you would have found.
Yeah, like a little just like a little fancier, I think. I liked some of the jokes. Like they do like a bunch of like weird squish faces. I always like squish faces in anime.
I wouldn't say that there were jokes in this, but there was some slight humor.
Banter.
Yes.
There was banter.
So yeah, I gotta say, I did like one character design things. I do like the way that the eyes are drawn. It does differentiate itself from other products.
Yes. They got like almost like little diamonds in
there. They got little rocks for eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's not really doing it for me, guys.
Yeah, I can understand that. Here's the thing is I think you need to get to a point where they're introducing literary references that we understand so that you can just be like,
maybe, but maybe, but from like a hate watch situation, we're gonna just be like, why did you make Mark Twain into that? What are you doing?
Mark Twain is like a fucking Mark Twain is now the Unabomber.
I know that Mark Twain is in this because I haven't seen this show, but I know some people who have, and they have shown me many of the characters.
Emma has shown us these characters.
And I remember having visceral reactions to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But yeah, overall the whole feel is not really for me. Like it feels like it does want to follow a sort of a JoJo formula of everybody has a weird power. But
that is
the powers
named after a thing.
There's only 2 that we've seen, but they don't feel that weird.
I mean, like I said, we don't really know. We don't know how unhinged it's gonna get from here on out.
Well, I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know. The whole vibe of it's not doing it for me. So for me, I'm probably gonna pass.
Well, That's okay. I will take one for the team. I will do the research and I will bring it back to us.
Wait, what do you think, Blackle? This is shonen fight shows are usually not your deal, but it's always worth it to ask.
I thought at the end when they showed the little clip of next week and the guy just conjures a wire gun for some reason, that was intriguing. I wonder why that was his choice. But,
Like, what situation led him to need that?
Yeah. Why is he needing a wire gun in particular?
Mm-hmm.
So that is my curiosity, but it has not piqued yet enough for me to want to devote the time. Unfortunately.
I think I've
I'm
made
a
my
very
stance very clear,
Blackle.
so...
Also, if you want to talk about this, you have to say its name. Which is
Bungo stray dogs.
Which is
Stray dogs.
it's just ridiculous.
Is Bungo a thing? Like, what does Bungo mean?
I don't know.
Bungo
I'm sure it
Bungo.
means something.
Give me a moment.
Going into the
liked-
archives.
To fill for time, I liked the moment at the very beginning when he's being really dramatic and he's like, I'm starving, I'm wasting away. I was like, literally wrote in my notes, that's my cat when she doesn't get food exactly at noon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in English, bungo means a particular type of canoe.
Oh, what?
It's in the southern United States, Central America, and South
No,
America.
that simply can't be right.
The other meaning in Japanese is writing language. So
So like literary stray dogs, maybe
yeah, something
would be
like
some sort of translation.
something of that nature.
I get it. I see now.
But yeah, I'm not feeling it. I think if I hadn't seen JoJo, maybe I'd be into it. But I know what feeling they're going for.
You're just like, I have JoJo's already.
We have them at home.
Mom, we have JoJo's at home.
JoJo's at home. JoJo's. That's accurate.
That tiger fight was sick. I gotta say,
That's a
It
good
was
looking
sick.
tiger.
it was
Yeah.
it was a good looking tiger. That was probably my favorite part. Was the whole last tiger fight.
Better tiger than Tony, that's for sure.
Okay, but see, if I watch more of this, I will see more of the cool tiger probably. So listen.
I mean,
You're
furries
winning.
probably wouldn't agree with you, but
What?
I was
better
talking to
tiger
Blackle.
than Tony.
Oh, all right.
I was referring to the fact that many furries are thirsty for Tony the Tiger.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
you can tell us how thirsty you are for this tiger at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That's one the word, not the number. You can also send us your Tony the Tiger thirst tweets at OneEpisodeCast on Twitter.
Don't do that. I've seen them already.
We've seen
I
them
love how
already.
literally every single time we say send us this at Twitter, it's like, wait a minute, don't
We
do
just
that.
actually don't do that. I just
No.
literally tell people to tweet us the worst things every single week.
Yeah.
Just
And
tempt
they
people.
never provide.
They listen to us when we say actually don't do that. They go to their Twitter and they're like, yeah, finally I can send them something. And we're like, no, don't actually do that. And they're just like, aw man, okay, delete tweet,
You
cancel.
know what? Just for you, you are allowed this once to send us your Tony the Tiger thirst tweets. Just this once, you are allowed.
One time. You get one. Everyone gets one.
It's what Bungo Stray Dogs deserves.
It's what
It's
they
what
would
they
have
would've
wanted.
See y'all later.